Welcome to the Climate Water Outlook for February to April 2020. As our summer and bushfire seasons continue, January has seen some rainfall in fire and drought affected regions. The climate drivers that contributed to the record warm and dry conditions during 2019 have now eased. We've also had widespread rain across the north. But first, let's look at recent conditions. In a summer of dramatic weather, we've also seen some big temperature variations. Strong northerlies in eastern Australia brought extreme heat ahead of gusty, cool wind changes. The sharp drop in temperature on the 4th and 5th of January saw parts of the southeast experience record heat one day and in other parts record cold the next. These fluctuating conditions have also impacted the bushfires, contributing to the intensification of fire fronts. With the bushfire season ongoing, rainfall in January provided relief in some fire-affected regions, but there were also severe thunderstorms and flash flooding in some locations. Elsewhere, tropical cyclones Blake and Claudia brought rainfall to parts of northern and western Australia in early January. The island of Dame-Marie near Darwin had 562 millimetres in one day, a new daily rainfall record for the Northern Territory. The Australian monsoon, which typically arrives at Darwin around Christmas, is now more than a month late. When it does arrive, it will be the latest monsoon onset since records began in 1957. For Darwin, this means rainfall this wet season is tracking well below average. Rains have increased soil moisture in many areas, although soils are still mostly drier than average in the east and in parts of the southwest. Bushfires, smoke and dust storms continue to impact the mainland, affecting air quality in many locations. Although January rains have been welcome, the landscape can soon dry again, particularly in southern Australia. Changed catchment responses to heavy rainfall in fire-affected areas may lead to flash flooding, vegetation damage and water contamination. Many mainland water storages are lower than this time last year. However, we expect tropical storage levels to rise with wet season rainfall. So, what will influence our climate in the coming months? Now that the Indian Ocean dipole and southern annular mode have returned to neutral, our weather is likely to be influenced by more local effects, including warmer than average oceans around the Australian coastline. While the dry signal has eased considerably, scattered parts of the country may still see below average rainfall over the next 3 months. Low stream flows are likely for most forecast locations. However, we could still see some high flow after specific events. Our next stream flow outlook will be released on the 11th of February. With dry soils prevailing, temperatures are very likely to remain warmer than average across the mainland. For much of southern Australia, including Tasmania, February tends to be the time when bushfire risk peaks. This means the heatwave and bushfire risk continues to be high. So in summary, February to April is likely to see a neutral to drier than average outlook across Australia, warmer than average days and nights, low stream flows at most locations, and an ongoing risk of bushfires and heat waves. Thanks for joining us. You can find out more about our outlooks on our website. We'll see you next time.